Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I know that there was a little bit of a mix-up with the links. Did you guys have a hard time finding this link? You guys can just comment in the chat and just while we wait for more people to join. So I'm going to wait for a couple more people to join. We're at 43 people, so we're just going to let more and more people to join. Somebody said I got the link from the original one when I signed up. Okay, perfect. I'm not sure what exactly happened, but that's wonderful that you got the right link. That's great. Okay. Well, we're at 43 people. We're gonna maybe give people a good 5 minutes to start. Um, and oh, somebody said few. I thought I missed it. No, you didn't miss it. I think if anybody's been a little panicked, it's me. I wasn't sure if like people were getting the proper link or not because of the last minute mix up. But oh, hi Austin. Hi Coach Pearl. Hi Ellie. Hi James. James, don't apologize for being late. I'm gonna give people, I said, until 2:05 to show up, and then we're gonna get started. Hi Nikki. Hi Idan. Hi Aisha Macy. Hi Mohammed. Hi Alejandra. It's so nice to meet you guys because I don't know exactly who follows along. Hi Spitfire. Hi Neil. Hi from Ukraine. I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to read that, but hi from Ukraine. Hi Kate. Hi Vicky. Hi Jen. And then Exxon, you said, can you save the video for us to watch later? Absolutely. I will make sure to save the video for you guys to watch it later. Absolutely, I will. Hi Iman. Hi Ariel. I'm just saying hi to everybody. While we're gonna wait, I think until 2:05, 2:10 even to let more people join. Hi Vanessa. Hi from Portugal. Nina and Ali. And Austin, thank you. Coach Pearl's the best. I've been working with her for a little over a year. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Okay, awesome. So just so I understand, you guys found this new link from my email, or or is this the link that was originally sent to you? If you guys don't mind explaining what had happened. Hi, Laura from London. Hi. Okay, so we're just gonna give, and then she said the new link from the email. Okay, so I guess the new link worked. Somebody said I checked the comment under the old video. Awesome. I found it in the email from the comment section of the old video. Okay, great. I'm happy. Okay. So we're going to wait a couple more minutes. You guys can just write anything you want down. Clicked on the video and seen you were live, lol. Okay, perfect. The first vid sent me to this. I went on your channel and shows on the front page. Wow, awesome, wonderful. Okay, perfect. I'm happy that you guys found it. And I apologize about the whole entire mix-up. So yeah. All right, so we'll give another minute or two, and then I'll basically get started. Sorry about that. I'm gonna make sure to. Hi, Myra. Hi. It's nice to meet you. I hope everybody's doing well today. Somebody said they sent 2 messages and I haven't seen it yet. No, I haven't seen it yet. We'll do a question period at the end. Yeah, we'll do the question period at the end. It'll be easier for us. Okay, so I see more and more people are joining. I'm happy you're doing lovely, Vanessa. All right, so we'll give, I think we'll wait until, somebody said, how long will this live be? It'll be probably around 45 minutes, maybe. I do want to share my whole entire story, all of the tools and tips that you guys need. And then at the end, I'll have some time for question period. And then at the very, very, very end, we'll also have the opportunity to do the giveaway at the very, very end. So make sure to stay until the end for the giveaway. Just gonna give people a couple more minutes to join since I know there was a whole entire mix up. So yeah, we're at like 68 people, yeah. So wait a minute or two and you guys can just leave any comments or questions down below. So for the giveaway winner, for the giveaway winner, it will just be selected through a software. It'll be selected through a software. So it's not going to be me choosing it. At the end, it's just going to be the software that's going to choose it. So yeah. Hi, Danya. Hi, Sid the Kid. Hi, Tyler. Oh, Neil said, I wish I was doing better. Well, hopefully you will be doing better at the end of this live. There's a lot you're going to learn, and we're going to go over a lot of things that will be very helpful for all of you. And hi, Timothy, to you as well. Good morning, if it's morning time for you. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to give people a little bit more time. We are now at 2:07. So in 1 minute, we're going to get started. All right. And Vanessa's encouraging Neil. That's very kind of you. And at any moment during the live, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask at any moment. If you have any questions at all whatsoever, feel free to ask. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna share with you all my screen. Oh, if you can maybe, do you guys see my screen by any chance? If you guys can maybe write in the comments below. Do you guys see my screen? Okay, so make sure, because now that I'm going to be sharing my screen, I won't be able to see the comment section. Do you guys see do you guys basically see here my PowerPoint? If you guys can write yes in the chat so I know if you guys see my PowerPoint. Okay, awesome. So you see my PowerPoint. Great. So I'm going to go back and forth between the PowerPoint to the chat so I can see your comments at the same time. All right, so I'm going to be talking to you all about my no contact story. So obviously, as a lot of you guys know, I'm assuming that a lot of you guys had found me through TikTok, I will assume. Maybe some of you guys through my Facebook group, maybe elsewhere, but most of you probably know by now that I did actually end up marrying my ex because I had done no contact. And so I thought it would be very helpful to be able to explain to you guys exactly how to do no contact the right way. So I'll introduce my story a little bit. So first things first, my breakup happened almost 4 years ago. So it was December 2020. So it's been a while. And he had basically broken up with me. So I was the dumpy, he was the dumper. Okay. And basically, what happened was we had a lot of issues, a lot of fights. It was during COVID time, and so of course tensions were rising high, and it was also our first, real relationship. So there was a lot of little things here and there, and there was a lot of fights, and we really did just had different communication styles, attachment styles. And so there's a lot of things here and there that led to fighting. And then, of course, when you're in COVID time, you're stuck together 24/7 in the same home. So, of course, there's going to be more issues, more fights. So, one thing leads to another, and he breaks up with me. So, as most of you guys probably did in your own breakups, right? Most of you guys probably tried begging. Most of you guys probably tried pleading with your exes for a second chance. In my situation, I basically had just tried to see if there was anything I could do to make things right. So I said, is there anything you want me to work on? Like, I'm willing to change anything. And I pretty quickly realized that there was just no way that he was going to change his mind about it. So we said our goodbyes, and there and then I kind of decided that I just need to try to heal. So that same night, like a lot of people, I went on social media, I went online, and I searched how to heal from a breakup, and I hear about no contact. Obviously, all these no contact videos are popping up, are showing up, and I hear that no contact can help you get your ex back. And I had all this hope, like, this is wonderful, right? It's like I could go into no contact, I'll be able to focus on myself, and he'll miss me and he'll come back. So that is when my no contact journey pretty much begins. So that same week we had lived together, I basically went back to the house, moved all of my stuff out of that house, and that is exactly where my no contact journey began. So right there and then I stopped all contact with him. He did want to be friends with me, and I said that I wasn't interested. So my no contact journey starts. And 3 weeks later, he had basically reached out to me. But back then, I did not know what a breadcrumb was. So I know some people left some comments about breadcrumbs. I'm looking at the comment section here, right? But back then, I did not know what a breadcrumb was. I thought if there was a reach out, that means they're automatically interested. So I got, a text message, during holiday season. And I remember that on New Year's, he basically sent me a text. So that was after about 3 weeks of no contact. He had sent me a text that basically told me Happy New Year's. And it was literally on the dot at midnight. Back then, I did not know what a breadcrumb was. And so that's when I made my first ever mistake of no contact, which is why I try to teach everybody not to make the same mistakes as me. But that is why I basically right then, I pretty much responded to that breadcrumb thinking, well, if he's reaching out to me at midnight on the dot, clearly my 3 weeks of no contact worked. He's interested in me. He's coming back. This is wonderful. This is great. So I respond to that text and I told him that I missed him. And we pretty much, after that, he said that, he thought about me, he missed me too, and he offered to hang out that same week, and we did. And then that one hangout led to another hangout, and the whole entire week we spent together. So I was under the impression we're getting back together. I was really excited, but little did I know that it was just a breadcrumb and that he wasn't going to be ready. So by the end of the week, he goes cold. And so when he went cold with me, I asked him, I was like, what's going on? I feel like you're taking space and distance, which again, another mistake I shouldn't have done. And he basically just explained to me that he wasn't ready. And so at that point, I was very devastated because I'd already gone through 3 weeks of no contact. I got my hopes up. I thought we were getting back together. I was sure this was going to be it. But lo and behold, I got hurt once again. And so by the end of that week, that was where I made the decision of doing no contact the right way. During those first 3 weeks that I'd done no contact, before I received that first breadcrumb from him, I was really not focusing on myself at all. The whole entire 3 weeks, I was focusing on getting him back. I would just, every time I would feel sad or anything, I would just remind myself, well, he's just going to come back to me. I just got to keep going. And I didn't really do much. I didn't really focus on myself or any goals or any hobbies. I was just kind of in survival mode. I was very, obviously, like everybody else, I was very anxious. I was overthinking everything. I was very sad. So, like everybody else, I was kind of more in survival mode. And yeah, so I was more in survival mode than anything, and I never really focused on myself. And these are some of the mistakes. So when I talk about doing no contact the right way, this is exactly what I mean. In order to do no contact the right way, you have to focus on yourself. If you're just focusing on your ex, if you're putting all your energy onto your ex, you are never, ever, ever going to get them back. So after making all these mistakes, like I said, and getting hurt again, that's when I made the decision of going no contact the right way. So the first thing I did is I stopped focusing on just trying to get him back. I really focused on getting myself back. And instead of just waiting for him, I actually worked on myself. So at that time, I also was thinking a lot of, like, why did things not work out? Why were we fighting all the time? Right. And I guess I noticed too, right? It was my first relationship, my first, like, real relationship. It was his first relationship. And I realized that maybe I was a little bit more like anxious and, and I didn't necessarily know how to communicate things the best. I mean, of course, I was a lot younger when my breakup happened. It happened, like I said, it was December of 2020. So it's been many years ago by now. But that is when I said, I really want to focus on myself. And not only did I want to focus on myself and healing and growing, I also made the decision to focus on my goals, right? I realized I need to focus also on my goals. I need to focus on hobbies. I need to focus on doing every single thing that makes me content, on doing things that make me happy. That's what I needed to focus on. And that's exactly what I did. So one of the first things that I did was make a breakup bucket list. So one of the first things that I did was I made my breakup bucket list. So in this breakup bucket list, I had a list of things I always wanted to do, but I never was able to. So some fitness goals, travel goals, hobbies, career goals. I really saw this is going to be my time to focus on myself, to be the best version of myself, to be happy, to be content, Because something that I did notice while I was going through this healing journey was another reason why in my relationship things didn't work out is because back then I didn't, I was very young and I didn't necessarily have much of goals or hobbies or life pretty much outside of my relationship. I did the same mistake that I think a lot of people do in a relationship where you pretty much put all of your eggs in that one basket. So instead of focusing on finding happiness from all different sources of life, you're only focused on finding happiness from your relationship. And so I became far too dependent and far too even codependent, right? It's like I was always with him when we were dating. I wasn't seeing my friends as much. I wasn't really doing as much. And I realized, I have to really reconnect with my friends. I have to focus on my hobbies, focus on my goals. I really need to figure out too, what do I want as a career? Because I noticed back then too, I graduated during COVID and during our breakup, that was when I had just finished graduating from university, and I didn't really know really what I wanted in life. I didn't really have much direction. So during the breakup was when I really focused on finding that direction. So actually, that is where I came up with the breakup bucket list. Breakup bucket list. Do you guys know what a bucket list is? Has anybody ever done one? You can comment in the comment down below if you guys want. So yeah, so people say, oh, Vanessa could even relate. That was my mistake too. It was in my life all the time. And a lot of people said yes for the bucket list. Exactly. So I think that's a very big mistake that a lot of people do. And I think that for a lot of you guys, I don't know how many of you guys are anxiously attached or were anxiously attached in your relationships, but that is one of the first things you have to take care of. Because if you're going to be anxiously attached to the person that you're dating, is whether the person is avoidant or if they're secure, it doesn't really change the fact that there's going to be a breakdown of the relationship. In order for a relationship to be healthy, in order for a relationship to be functional, the most important thing that you have to do is be healthy and to be happy with or without them. So, for this breakup bucket list that I did, I'll actually show you the template that I used. It's here. You'll see it I have a no contact program. For those of you who followed me on TikTok, you might know a little bit about it. But the breakup bucket list looks like this. I'll show you. If you guys want to make your own, because that's really going to help you doing no contact the right way. So the breakup bucket list looks like this here. So you can have fun things to do, career goals, personal goals. So this is what you're supposed to be doing. That's a part of doing no contact the right way. Doing no contact the right way is doing no contact for yourself. Then the next thing, then there was a big shift. He reached out. So I had basically done no contact for about 3 months. So it was about 3 months of full no contact, of absolutely no communication. So about 3 months of no contact. What ended up happening is at the end of those full 3 months of no contact, I had basically gotten a reach out from him. And this time it wasn't a breadcrumb. This time it was a reach out. Usually the big difference between a breadcrumb and a reach out is with a breadcrumb, like I said, right? It was like that New Year's Eve text that I got. It shows that the person cares about you, that they still miss you, but it's not the same as them wanting to get back together with you. However, there are some exes that are avoidant that might send you a reach out that might seem a little bit like a breadcrumb, right? If for example, let's just say you've been in no contact for many months, right? And you haven't heard from them, then that first time that they're reaching out to you might actually be a reach out, even though they're not necessarily telling you, hey, I thought about things, let's get back together. Because some avoidant exes might not feel 100% comfortable opening up that much, but at the very least, when you respond to your ex, it's very important to now do it the right way. So the first time that he had reached out with that breadcrumb, when I did it the wrong way, right, when he had sent me a breadcrumb and it was the wrong way, I had basically responded right with, like, I miss you so much, Happy New Year's too, I miss you so much. This time around, when he had reached out, he pretty much reached out in order to meet up, and he offered to help me fix my car if it still needed fixing, and which I still did need it, but I didn't make myself available to him. I didn't tell him I missed him or I wanted to be. I just pretty much accepted, the favor, because that's what it was. And I really maintained the rules of no contact. So some of the rules of no contact is to always, even when an ex reaches out to you, you never, ever, ever want to show those emotions. You never want to show them that you miss them, that they can have you, that you are waiting for them. You never want to get overly excited. You really, really, really just want to keep it very short, very simple, and make them be the ones to pursue you. So I agreed to meet up with him to get my car fixed. And I met up, he fixed my car. And then at the end of that meetup, he basically just told me that he missed me and he wanted to get back together. And again, I still did no contact the right way. I didn't just say, great, yeah, let's just get back together and forget everything, right? What I did was I said, okay, we can take things slow and, slowly let it lead to that point, but I don't want to rush into things, right? Because you want them to pursue you. The way you rebuild attraction the right way, no expectations, no pressure, confident responses, right? You want your ex to see that new confident version of yourself. So when you're doing that breakup bucket list, when you do that breakup bucket list, and when you're focusing on goals, focusing on hobbies, focusing on your anxiousness, right? Becoming less and less anxious and healing, right? Those abandonment wounds that maybe lead to that anxious attachment. When you do all of that, that is when you pretty much end up showing them this new, confident, happy, healed version of yourself. And that's when you're able to get them back. That's when you're able to get them back. And so I remember that when I should have mentioned this before, but when I met up with him to get my car fixed, he saw this new version of me, right? I was no longer this anxious, needy person that needed him. I was no longer a person, right? That I was no longer the person that he had left. I was a new version of myself. I found my voice. I found my confidence. I found my purpose. I reconnected with friends. And that is when I chose to become a relationship coach. After I had my own experience, I went back to do my certification for relationship coaching, and I actually had a purpose outside of him. And that is what reattracted. And that is what you are supposed to be doing. That's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So, next, a lot of people will get their exes back the wrong way, which is why their ex might not stay with them, right? There's so many people over the past few years that I've been a relationship coach. I can't name you the amount of people whose exes I've helped who I've helped reconcile with their exes. But unfortunately, a big part of those couples that reunite might just end up breaking up not long after. And the reason for that, the reason they don't have the real success story is because for a lot of these couples, remember how I said that after he wanted to get back together with me, I said, well, let's take things slow. I don't want to rush things. So what did taking things slow mean? What taking things slow meant was I didn't tell people that we were back together. I didn't post it on social media. I didn't see him 5 times in a week like I used to. I didn't move back in with him. We saw each other once a week. We communicated maybe once a day, but not more than that. I didn't put him as a priority until he proved to me that he deserves to be a priority in my life. And so part of doing no contact the wrong way is remembering that your ex needs to prove themselves to you. You're not proving yourself to your ex. That's what you're supposed to remind yourself of. So when you do it the right way, that is when they can come back and that is when they can actually stay. Because as you guys already know, when you go into no contact, you give them space to miss you, to miss you. You're giving space to your ex to miss you, realize your value. And when you hold yourself to the regard of being the prize and being the one that needs to be pursued, that's when they actually value you and they actually stay. You have to become that prize. So it's all about your ex proving themselves to you, not the other way around. There's no point of getting back together just to break up again. And another important thing about doing no contact the right way, another really important thing about doing no contact the right way is you have to understand that if you want to make the relationship work, both you and your ex need to work on yourselves. You're not in control of what it is that your ex is doing. You don't know if they're working on yourself, but you are in control of your own behaviors. You know, you need to know what your flaws are and need to be able to work on those on your own as well to make sure that you are going to be that best, most attractive version of yourself. And sorry, I'm just going to take a sip of water. And another thing too is, you know, I'll give you guys a really, really good example, okay? Let's just say for a lot of you guys, maybe you know me through TikTok. Some of you might know me, some of you might know me from the Facebook group. But let's just say, for example, okay, the videos that I posted on social media discussing no contact. Let's just say I seemed very, very unsure about the advice I was giving you. If I was unsure about the advice I'm giving you, you would never want to book a session or keep watching my content. Because if I'm not confident about my advice, you're not going to be confident about my advice either. And that's the same thing when it comes to your ex and attraction. If you are insecure, if you are anxious, if you are needy, your ex is going to perceive you in that way. And nobody is going to come back to you if you're sad and if you're depressed and if you're anxious and if you're needy. What reattracts is being your best self, is being confident, is being happy, is being healed, is knowing your worth and knowing your value. And again, that's another part of doing no contact the right way. So when it comes to doing no contact the right way, it's pretty much about making no contact about you, not about them. I know how I've been through no contact, and I myself back then, I wouldn't consider myself an anxious person, but back then I was extremely anxious and I was overthinking everything and trying to think, what stage is he in? What is he feeling? What is he going through? It was just constant. It was just like constantly at the beginning, the first 3 weeks before the breadcrumb, when I was doing no contact the wrong way, I was constantly feeding into my anxiety, right? But then when I did no contact for that long 3 month period, I was actually doing the opposite. I wasn't feeding into my anxiety. I kept reminding myself that thinking about it is not going to bring him closer. Stressing out about it won't change anything. And I do see some of your questions here. Some people ask like about a rebound or different things, right? The thing you have to remember, the more you start thinking about those things, it's not going to bring them closer. So I know it's very comforting sometimes, and like you want to think because you want to have all the answers in the world. So you want to watch every no contact video. You want to read up on every no contact newsletter. You want to do every single thing. But all that you end up doing is harming yourself, and you push them farther away because the basis is simple. Your ex comes back. An ex is going to come back to you when you actually end up detaching and moving on somewhat from them. You have to somewhat move on from them. You might not be in a position where you're 100% over them. Like I know in my situation, when he came back, I wasn't 100% over him for sure, but I wasn't in a much better space and I wasn't experiencing all of that anxiety. And I was in a space where I was like, well, if he comes back, great. If he doesn't, then there's somebody else out there for me. I believe that. I was like, well, if God chose this person for me, he'll be back to me. And that's the truth of it, right? So the last lesson you want to learn is when they return, don't be too available. Let them chase you. You need to let them chase you. And since I did see somebody ask a question too about the breadcrumbs and, like how to actually allow your ex to chase you and how to know when not to respond to a breadcrumb versus if it's a reach out, when to respond. In my no contact program, in the third module, I do discuss how to respond to your ex. So whoever joins my no contact program, you are going to really be able to learn in depth everything about a breadcrumb versus a reach out and all the rules for responding to your ex. So that's going to be super, super helpful. Okay, so the last lesson that I have for you guys for today would be, and then there's a couple other things I'm going to share with you, but the last lesson is I need you guys to also remember that this journey is very hard, right? And some of you might have made mistakes, and some of you are going to make some mistakes. But if this person is meant to be with you, they're going to find their way back if you are in no contact. If you are in no contact, they are going to find their way back to you. So it's never actually too late, ever. It's never, ever, ever actually too late. As long as you keep going, they're going to find their way back to you. All right, so I guess that pretty much sums up more or less my story. So I'm gonna share with you guys how I can help you. Then I'll try to answer some of your questions, and then we're gonna get into the giveaway. So how can I help you guys? So of course, as you guys know, you guys can always book a one-on-one session with me, or you guys can join my no contact support program. So as I mentioned before, so in my no contact program, there's 5 different modules, and every module will discuss something else about no contact, and every module is they're long videos, so like 20-30 minute videos, so it's over 1.5 to 2 hours worth of content. And at the end of every single module, there's going to be a quiz to make sure that you understood everything that was shared with you. So it's a course, it's a program. And outside of the course and the program, when you're in my no contact program, I think some people in this live might be in it already, but when you're in my no contact program, we also have weekly group Zoom calls. So it's a support group. So every single Thursday we meet for our group Zoom, and we have a support group chat. So we have a support group chat. So if you guys really enjoy being able to support each other, I see some people supporting each other in the chat. So when you're a part of the support program, it's a 30-day subscription when you're in it, and you're going to be able to be a part of our support chat. We use Telegram, and you guys will be able to support each other and help each other out. So it's really, really, really helpful. So in the actual program itself, in the first module, you'll learn what is no contact, the rules, the benefits, and how long it should last. Then you'll learn about the stages your ex will go through in no contact, psychology of no contact. In module 2, you'll learn about how to make no contact easier and heal. So in module 2 is where you can find a guide for healing from your breakup. You can find the breakup bucket list template as well. Then in module 3, this is how to respond to your ex. So you'll learn the difference between a breadcrumb, a reach out, the rules for responding to your ex. And then there's the quiz. Then in module 4, it's all about attachment styles, which is very, very important because I know a lot of you guys are probably anxiously attached, and a lot of you guys have avoidant exes, and you might not know the difference between fearful avoidant, dismissive avoidant, right? Fearful avoidants are more likely to breadcrumb you, dismissive avoidance less. So it's very important to understand your ex's attachment style to kind of be able to understand better what to do next. So here you'll learn about the 4 different attachment styles. You'll learn about the anxious avoidant dynamic, which is an issue in a lot of people's relationships. And you'll also learn how long no contact will last with different attachment styles. So it's really helpful. And then the last module is probably the most important one, because these are things that people don't pay attention to. They get back with their exes, and then then that's it. They get back with their exes, and they're like, great, I have my ex back, everything's fine. But no, it's not fine. Once you get back with an ex, if you're somebody that's anxiously attached, you're going to be dealing with the fear of abandonment. You're going to be dealing with your anxiousness. So it's very, very important to also follow the last module, which is how to make your relationship healthy again. So how to be happy in this relationship, and tips for dealing with anxieties and fears of your ex leaving again. Because once they're back, if you're constantly consumed and worried what they did during the breakup, what they've been up to, and all of these things, you're just going to be harming yourself. So it's very, very important to also focus on, making the relationship healthy at the end. So for everybody that joined me live today, if you guys want to join my no contact program, I'll show you guys. There's also, when you join, there's special bonuses. You get 20% discount off of the one-on-one sessions, and you also get the email support. But I am a part of the texting chat on Telegram, so you can get help from me there. But if you guys want to join, here's the link. I'll put it in the chat. There's a special discount right now for anybody that joined. So here is here's the link to sign up. There's a 15% discount with $299 for the month, or there's 2 payments of $170 to be in it for the month. So I'm gonna put it in the chat for you guys here. No content here. All right, so first of all, who is interested in joining the program? And I'll let you guys ask me any questions that you might have about your situations. So Neil, I want to join. Do you see here? I'll send you the link, Neil. I just copied it in the chat. You can just click on it and you can sign yourself up through the link. And if you have any issues, let me know. Somebody said, okay, there's a lot of people responding. Okay, so Ellie says, how much is that in pounds to join? I will tell you in a moment. I'm just going to search it because I'm not sure. So I'll say USD to pounds. Also, guys, make sure to stay until the end because we're going to do the giveaway. I'm going to generate it through the software, but stay until the end. So I'm going to tell you right now. So with the discount in pounds, it's 233 pounds. So it's 233 pounds, and there is the payment plan. So if anybody can't afford the 299, you could do the 2 payments through the link as well. Ellie says she wants to join. So yeah. So you can just, guys, I'm gonna people keep asking me for every currency. So I'm sending you guys the link again. So make sure to click the link for the no contact program to join. So click on the link to join. So she asked, I want to join, but Canadian, it is a lot. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely a currency exchange, but if it's too expensive for anybody, there's the payment plan on the link as well. So you guys can make 2 payments. And if ever you guys want to make more than 2 payments, you could send me a personal email. Somebody said, do you have an annual membership? So that's a very good question, Sid the Kid. Great question. The way it works is so the first month, I should have been more clear. So the first month with the discount, it's $299. Then every additional month, it's $199. So yeah, so if you want to join annually, I can give you the discount from the first month. I could just send you an email with it. So for you, Sid the Kid, do you want me to send you an email for the annual membership? Let me know in the comment and I'll make sure to email you. Okay, and then Vanessa said, if you use Convert Google, you'll get the amount in your currency. Yeah, thank you. That's very, very helpful, Vanessa. It definitely is. So, okay, so Sid the Kid, maybe leave your email and I'll send you an email after this live. And I'll send you an email after this live because I'm not sure what your email is with the annual one. Okay, so if you don't mind, Sid the Kid sending me your email. All right, so let's see who's going to be the first one to join. So the first person who's going to join the program will also get a special surprise that they're going to get in their inbox. So we'll see who'll be the first one to join. All right, so I'm going to let you, Sid the Kid, leave me your email. And then I'm going to start answering questions. Okay, wow, there's so many. Okay. So I see a question that keeps being repeated where people keep asking what happens to pretty much like what happens if you share kids or anything like that. So if you share kids, if you see your ex in school or anything, just make sure to limit contact to what is necessary. Very, very, very important to limit contact to what is necessary. So the way that it would basically work is so the way that it would basically work is only talk to your ex about what it is you need to talk to them about. So when it comes to the kids, unless it's really important, don't communicate with them. When it comes to work, treat them like they are any other coworker. When it comes to school, treat them like they are any other classmate. But don't treat your ex any differently just because you still want to be with them. They need to feel the effects of no contact. So for let me see other questions. My ex is on dating apps and adding guys to her Instagram every day. How is that a good thing? look, a lot of exes will go on dating apps, or they're going to be adding people on social media, guys, girls, or whatnot. It's very important to remember that's just a part of their no contact relief phase. As they're going through their relief phase, they might try to date other people and they might put themselves out there, and it's just pretty much a part of what a lot of exes do. But if your ex does do that, then at the same time, it can really push them to get back together with you, because you're able to see firsthand how, they can't really find better than you, right? So it gives them a chance to really experience firsthand what it's like to no longer have you. Also, I'm still waiting for your emails to the kids so I can send you the annual membership. And let's wait and see who's going to be the first one to sign up to the no contact program today, because there's a little surprise that I'm going to be sending for you guys. Okay. Um, Wow, there's just so many questions. Oh, Ryan said, I'm currently in Pearl's no contact support program and it's worth it. Yes, Ryan, you are in my program. And yes, it is definitely very, very worth it. You guys really need to join, because I mean, I'm sure Ryan can tell you, it's every single day, everyone in the Telegram group chat is supporting each other. Then on Thursdays when we meet, we're super supportive, we're helping each other out. It's a really, really positive community, and we do our Zooms every single Thursday. And in those Zooms, it's not a YouTube, it's an actual Zoom, so you could actually talk. So it's really, really helpful. Okay, awesome. So there's so many questions, but we're gonna try to do as much as we can. So Exxon, also last week we met again. So Exxon asked, did he make a mistake in Exxon asked, did they make a mistake in begging too much? You definitely did not make a mistake in begging too much. Most people who get their exes back had a period of begging. The vast, vast majority of people who beg too much have had a period of begging. Sorry, who got back with their exes did that. So don't worry too much. As long as you're going into no contact, you're going to be fine. It's human nature to beg. It's really, really, it's really human nature to beg. It's really normal, natural to kind of want to pursue somebody when you love them. So don't look too much into it. Like I said, the vast majority of people have gotten their exes back had a phase of begging. I pretty much went into no contact pretty rapidly, but even for myself, that same day, I still tried to make things work. I still was like really pushing, like I was really still pushing him, like I will work on myself, like there must be something I can do. So even for myself, you could see I made mistakes, and then I made mistakes after the breadcrumb. So I definitely made mistakes too. So don't worry too much if you begged or if you made mistakes. That is 100% natural. Okay, there's so many. I'm gonna do my best to answer questions. Um, mm, mm, mm. Also, Sid the Kid, I see you said that you posted your email. I don't see it. Can you maybe send me an email with your email address and I'll send it back to you, because I don't see the email that you posted. So here somebody said, what if I treated him worse than any other of our friends? It was unintentional, but I couldn't control my facial expression. I mean, don't look, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does. It's normal. It's natural to make mistakes in the relationship, but try not to beat yourself up over it. All you can do is do better now. All you can do is do the best that you can do, in order to grow, in order to evolve, in order to do better. And to be honest, even for my own breakup, I do take accountability for a lot of the mistakes that I made. I definitely made a big share of mistakes too during the relationship, but you have to show yourself forgiveness. Okay, so any more questions? There's a lot of things happening. Somebody said if he keeps checking your profile on TikTok, that's a sign that your ex is in the curiosity stage. That's a sign your ex is in the curiosity stage. So that's a good sign. If your ex is in the curiosity stage, they're curious about you, that's a good sign. That's a wonderful sign. So somebody said, I was the original dumper, then asked for her back 2 days later. She said she can't come back from this pain and can't make a choice. She also has me blocked. Yeah, unfortunately, if you're the original dumper, you now have to take on the role of the dumpy, because that's where you're at this point, unfortunately. By the way, we don't have that much time left for the live. I'm going to try to do a couple more questions, but I'm still waiting to see who's going to be the first one to sign up during this live, because I do have a special something to send. So I'm going to post again the link to sign up to the no contact program to see who's going to be the one that's going to get the special perk sent to their email address. Here. I'm going to also pin the link to the no contact program. I commented it here again, so you guys can sign up now, and I'm pinning it for you guys. So it's pinned. So you guys can see it at the top, the link for the no contact program here. Awesome. So I'm getting a lot of questions. Somebody said, can you answer my question? Write it again because I can't see it. Alejandra, how to differentiate if it's a real reach out or a breadcrumb? So I speak about it a lot in the third module, but some biggest telltale signs between a breadcrumb versus a reach out would be that anything where an ex is not seriously trying to get back together with you is basically just a breadcrumb. So if your ex is just checking up on you, it's just a pulse check. Even if your ex misses you, it can still be a breadcrumb. A reach out is when an ex genuinely wants to get back together with you, and they're making it clear, that they're making their intentions clear. So yeah. For Laura, that you're asking me to answer your question, maybe post it again because I can't find it. My ex and I are in the same class and we see each other every day. He says he doesn't want to get back and deal with the issues. I don't know what to do. You have to go into no contact. If you don't go into no contact, you are never, ever, ever going to get him back. He has to miss you. You have to give him the chance to experience what it's like to lose you and to miss you. Lord, I've been in no contact since the 25th of Jan. Haven't seen him since. He's breadcrumbed me inconsistently. He apologized and asked to see me. I declined. He hasn't reached out the whole month of March. You did the right decision by declining because it was literally just a breadcrumb. You have to be patient. You have to keep going. And, eventually when the time is right, he'll most likely reach out to you. And I did see somebody ask, do all exes actually come back? So this is how it works, okay? This is how it works, okay? If, for example, you and your ex had a strong connection, you guys had something that's irreplaceable, you had something special, okay? What you have to remember is that your ex is not going to be able to live life without you indefinitely. It takes time. It's very hard to move on from somebody. So no matter how much time goes on, they're not just going to forget about you. They won't. So as long as your connection was strong, as long as your connection was something that's irreplaceable, as time progresses, eventually they're going to miss you. Marky said, Pearl, can you join the program at any time? I'm not paid until Wednesday, or is it a one-time offer? If you send me an email, I can extend this offer until Wednesday. We are going to do our weekly group Zooms on Thursday, so I can extend it to you. Just send me an email. I know Sid the Kid, I'm sending you an email with the annual membership, and you, Marky, send me an email and I can extend the discount for you. Then somebody says, I have spoken to another relationship coach. She said he isn't coming back. I need to move on and heal. If he wants to, he will. So I don't know who is right. Okay, there's so many different relationship coaches with so much different input. But let me ask you this. Does any relationship coach have a crystal ball to tell you what's going to happen in the future? Absolutely not. They don't. Nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody can sit there and say he's not going to come back or he is going to come back. And chances are your ex himself might not even know if he will come back, because most exes that break up with you have premeditated the breakup. They've premeditated it. They have. And so because they've premeditated the breakup, at that time, most exes think they're not going to come back. They don't expect to come back, right? But as time progresses, they miss you. They start thinking about you more and more and more. They start experiencing that the grass is just not that greener, especially since a lot of exes will go on dating apps and all dating apps, or at other girls or guys or whatever the case may be, and then they come back. So, and James says, we have to make ourselves happy with or without our exes. Bingo, there you go. You have to make yourself happy with or without your exes. There you go. There you go. Okay, guys, I'm gonna send. I'm gonna post again the link for the no contact support program. Who is joining the program this month? I know Ryan, you're here, and you're in it. So let's see who's gonna be joining us for next week. For this Thursday, actually. Um, let me see. Okay, Sid the Kid is joining. Ryan says, the program and the support group has taught me that no contact is about putting yourself on a pedestal and to prove yourself, not just to get your ex back. Bingo. There you go. That's exactly it. And that's something that everybody in the program has been realizing recently, that everyone that's currently in it. So, what is going on in this conversation? Fernanda. Coach Pearl, do all dumpers go through all the stages you mentioned? All dumpers do go through the stages that I mentioned. Actually, I do have a YouTube video on this as well. They go through these stages as long as, and then at the end, like the vast majority of exes will come back. But they do at the very least go through the relief stage. They do get curious. They do think about you. And then if like the connection was strong and it was something they can't replace, they will come back and break no contact. What if you're blocked? Well, you just got to keep going. If you're blocked, you just got to keep going, Danielle. You got to keep going. Mohammed says, she dumped me after 2 years together, rebounded. Now I'm doing no contact. I just don't know what to do. Focus on yourself. Don't focus on the rebound. Don't compare yourself to the rebound. As long as you focus on yourself, you will be fine. Is there any point we can reach out as a dumpy? No, there's no point you can reach out as a dumpy. In order to reach out, the only person that can reach out is the dumper. Only the dumper can reach out. Only the dumper. Okay, guys, I'm gonna answer 2 more questions and then I'm gonna do the draw. So, Iman is like, how do we stop fixating on our ex? That's a really good question. If you guys join the no contact program, you'll see here in module 2, how to make no contact easier and heal. Here in this guide for healing from your breakup. Okay, this is how. Okay. Avoid triggers that remind you of your ex. Do your breakup bucket list. Focus on your goals. Create a routine. People don't realize how important routines are, especially during a breakup. You need something stable. You need a routine. You need to have something to focus on. You need to have dreams and goals. Okay? So the way to stop fixating on your ex is by channeling all that energy that you're fixating on your ex onto yourself. So yeah. Then somebody said, how do I see you one-on-one? Oh, if you want to see me one-on-one, here, I'll send you my calendar link for a one-on-one session. Can you guys still see my screen or no? I think I might have unshared it. Let me know if you still see my screen. 1 second. No, we can't see it. Okay, so unshared it. I'm just going to send, somebody asked to do a one-on-one. I'm just going to send the link for the one-on-one sessions with me. This is the link. And if ever, wherever you guys found me, I'm going to send you guys an email with the link for the no contact program and for the one-on-one. So don't worry about it. You'll know exactly where to find it. And then, so link for one-on-one, I'm typing it in the chat. Oh, somebody said please email. Okay, so I will email it to you guys, both links. Okay, so I'm going to answer one last question and then we'll do the draw. And also, if you guys did enjoy this, I'm thinking of doing this maybe once a month or maybe once every 2 weeks even. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want me to keep doing these lives. I'll be happy to do it again in 2 weeks through YouTube if you guys really liked it. Somebody said Ellie said is one-on-one cheaper? Well, it depends because when you join the no contact program, because you basically get 4 group Zooms plus the chat plus the course. So the no contact support program is considered cheaper because you could do it for like 2 payments of 170. A one-on-one, a 30-minute session is 139. An hour-long session is 199. So it's just when you join the no contact support program, because it's a group program, you get a little bit more sessions and more things included. So it really depends how you see it, but yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna answer one more and then I'm gonna do the draw. So the last question is, oh, there's so many questions. What about being broken up for a year and he has reached out only for our pet and keep no contact and reply with only necessary stuff? You've got to keep going. You've got to just keep going. You've got to keep doing your no contact. There's not really much that you can do other than that. You got to just keep going. You really just got to keep it pushing, and focus on yourself. What if an ex says, perhaps we can get back together later in life, but I want to try to date other people? And now it seems like he's in curiosity stage, but more with breadcrumbing. Yes, he is breadcrumbing. You basically, that's the thing. Your ex wants to see if there's anybody else out there and then come back if all else fails. But if you want your ex back, you have to show them that, hey, you're not going to get me back. If you take too long, I'm actually just going to move on. You're going to lose me. And I'll give you guys a last example to show this. Imagine you go to the dealership and I don't know, you want to buy a Jeep, right? If, for example, there's only, the dealership tells you, well, there's a lot of Jeeps in stock, right? You're not going to feel that sense of urgency to buy the Jeep. And you're going to think, well, the Jeep is kind of a gas guzzler. It's kind of expensive. It's more expensive than a little Honda or Toyota. And so you might not buy it. But if you go to the dealership and they're like, this is it, you're never going to have the opportunity to buy this specific Jeep again because it will be discontinued. That sense of urgency will then kick in where you'll just buy that car. You'll buy that Jeep. It's the same thing with your ex. If your ex is constantly breadcrumbing you and you're constantly responding, they get that sense of security that you're always going to be there. So they never feel that sense of urgency, which is why then they're not going to be able to come back. But if they realize that you're no longer around, right, and you're moving on and you're healing and you're detaching, that's when that sense of urgency really kicks in. So yeah. Alrighty, so it's been almost an hour. I will now do the draw. So I'm gonna use a generated system. I'm gonna use a generated system to do it. 1 second. Oh, and then there's one last question I'm gonna answer. What does one do when there's, okay. So if you're feeling really anxious and I'm really depressed, I mean, okay, that is definitely something I will be in contact with you one-on-one because there's a lot of things that you need to do. If you're like really, really depressed to the point where you're suicidal, it's definitely something that needs a lot more attention. And that is definitely something that I'll be able to discuss with you a little bit more one-on-one. So somebody said the ones who are registered via the link, are we in? Yes, you guys are in the draw. So let me just generate the draw. I'm just gonna do it through my phone. Let me generate it. Here. So first of all, I hope that every single person who wants to be in the draw needs to leave a comment because that's how it's going to get generated. It's going to get generated like that. And because there was an issue and not everybody joined here, I'm going to generate it through the comments and also I'll do through email. So one of them will be generated by comments and then the other two will be generated by email. So the first one I'm going to do now. So if anybody wants to be in the draw, leave a comment. Make sure to have a comment in here. So let's do it's called commentpicker.com. And I'll share my screen when I do it. So let's do this. Okay. So I'm assigning the commentpicker.com. Has everybody left the comment that wants to be in the draw for the sessions? Okay, so everybody said yes, 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 yes. Okay, perfect. So to make it easier, since we're not even that many people left, I'm just going to do this. So look what we're going to do. I'm going to share with you guys what I'm going to do. I'm going to share my screen to show you guys. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Are you guys, or maybe not, let's see. Can you guys see my screen now? I think so. So this is what we're going to do. To make it easier, because I didn't set up the platform for the draw, I'm just going to copy paste the name of all of the participants in this chat. So if you don't see your name, let me know now. Okay. So I copy pasted all of your names, and I'm actually just going to use ChatGPT. I'll say, choose a winner for a free session. So we're going to let ChatGPT, oh wait, 1 second. I'm going to let ChatGPT decide your fate. This is kind of fun. Okay, so let's see what happens. Sorry guys, this is the first time I'm doing it this way. Usually I have a system through email. 1 second. Why is it not working? Sorry guys, I'm doing my best to get it going. Okay, I'm just gonna have to screenshot the names. 1 second, it's not working. And then I'm gonna screenshot the names after James. I'm gonna send 2 screenshots. After James, also in here. Oh, they're not letting me. Okay, 1 moment, guys. It's not working. I'm so sorry. Let me see what they do. See the comment picker. Somebody said ChatGPT is my therapist. Pearl, try screenshot. Can't see my name. Okay, so I'm trying to figure something out to do. The screenshot isn't working. Let me try actually through one other way. So there's a ChatGPT alternative called Grok. Maybe it'll work through Grok. Session. Okay, so for the winners, I'm gonna share my screen to show you guys this is fair and square. Okay, so here, 1 second. So I'm going to screenshot, make sure your name is in here. So we're starting with this, and then I'm going to do the rest after. Here at the bottom. Actually, I'm going to start at the top here. And then after James, we'll do the next round. So here, and I'm going to add a second screenshot after James. So James Kaplan to Vanessa, and then we'll add the third one. Then after Vanessa, we'll add the third one. And then we'll add, I think Vanessa was the last one. So can you guys, if I skipped anybody, let me know now if I skipped anybody. Oh, you guys can't see my screen. Can you guys can see my screen? Can you guys see my screen now? Okay, here. Can you guys see my screen now? Can you guys see my screen now? I think you can. Make sure you see your name. I'm giving you one more time. So I'm going to show 3 screenshots. So check for your name on all 3 screenshots. So check for your name in the first one. You can check your name in the second screenshot. It's in alphabetical order depending on your name. So look for alphabetical. And then there's the third one. Okay, so everybody's name is in. So choose a winner. Choose a winner for a free session. Choose a name. Okay, so the first winner is Serena Liu. So congratulations, Serena Liu, you won. Wait, you guys can't see my screen? I don't know what is happening. Do you guys see my screen now? Oh, you guys can't see. Do you guys see my screen now? Here. Okay, perfect. So here, these are the names. I put in everybody's names. Okay. This is screenshot 1, screenshot 2, screenshot 3. Okay. The first winner is Serena Lou. So whoever Serena Lou is, send me your email. If you're Serena Lou, send me your email because you're the first winner. So you're gonna have to send me an email and claim it. And we're gonna do the second winner now. And then for the third winner, it's gonna have to be by email because there are some people who signed up that weren't able to make it live that are gonna be in it too. Okay. Somebody says I'm not in it. Can I join? David, yeah, I'll add you in. David, you're gonna be in it, David, too. Okay. So add in one more participant. Okay. Then out of all screenshots, randomly generate the second winner. Okay, the second winner is Marky. So congratulations, Marky. You won the second session. So the first one is Serena Lou. The second one is Marky. And then the third one is going to be generated through email. Also, there's a couple people that said they cannot, Ellie and Donya. Here, I'll show you. Ellie, you're here, you're number 16. Donya, you're number 14th. I added every single person that's in here. So you guys are added, and then the person who said, I don't say anything. Okay, so basically the first winner is Serena Lou. The second winner is Marquis. Send me an email to claim. And and then guys, check out for your email because the third winner will be announced by email because I wanted to make a fair chance with the people by email. So it's going to be randomly generated by email. So check your emails later tonight for the third winner. All right, everybody. So even you, single person here was added in fairly. You see here, Bina, you're number 7. So every single person was added in. And I'm going to make sure to do this again. I'm going to make sure to go live. So let me know if you guys want me to do this every 2 weeks, every month, let me know. And I'm excited for the new people that are going to join our no contact program. So thank you guys for joining me. And it was such a pleasure. And somebody said do it again in 2 weeks. Yeah, please do it regularly. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do it. I'll try to do it every 2 weeks. Actually, it was really great. Perfect. So I'll make sure to do it again, and I'll try to give as many. I'll try to do like maybe one session every time if I can, to make it fun for you guys too. All right, it was a pleasure seeing you guys today. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I'm excited for the new people that are going to join. And whoever said their name is in it, your name is in it. Everybody's name is there. You could see here. Actually, no, you are right. It wasn't in it. So I'll make sure to put you in it for the email one. So there's going to be one more giveaway by email with everybody's name in it. So you'll have your fair chance too. But okay, perfect. All right, everybody. It was a pleasure. And I'll keep an eye out, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye, guys. Have a great one. Have a nice day, everybody. And then for the Brandy S, you are actually in it. You were in it. I put every single person in. Bye, everybody. Have a great one. Bye.